Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Welcome to the 14th episode of Kitobxon Kundaligi. Today we have a wonderful guest, Khurshida. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
So I'd like to begin my questions with stress. What would you say is the single biggest source of stress in Uzbekistan?
It's not only one, actually. There are lots of different sources of stress. So I think the biggest source of stress is other people's opinion. Like you're always under observation. Like you always have this pressure, like what others will say, and you will always try to fit into the frame. So if you, for some reasons, are not in the frame, that's a big stress for you. So I really think the majority would want to live in a different way than they do right now, but they cannot because of other people's opinion. And the second reason, I think, you asked for one, but I would like to add, it's I think this money pressure. Like
Yeah, we're just poor, right?
it's not like poor, but whoever you ask, they always think about how to earn money, where to get the money. This money thing is always circulating around.
No, but I think it's connected to the first reason as well, what people think, because they expect you to make money.
Indeed, yes. From the early age, especially for men, as I believe. So you're supposed to have a car, you're supposed to have your house, and this, success is kind of defined by how much money you have and how many things you own.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which is a bad measure for success.
It's not enough. It's not enough. I mean, we live in such a world like where money defines lots of things, but it's not enough. You cannot really think that someone is successful just because they have the money. But the other categories are missed out.
Which categories?
Are you happy? Something of this kind.
Yeah, but happiness is internal and there's no way to gauge if someone is happy or not. Whether it's like you can see they're driving a nice car, but you can't tell this person is happy.
So you can never tell whether someone is happy or not.
Truly happy? I don't think so, no.
Really? You don't feel like, do you really think that unhappy person will look the same? Okay, let's say they have the same financial situation. They have the same financial situation, the same car, the same house, let it be. But one is truly happy, the other one is truly unhappy. Let's say, kind of unhappy. Would you see the difference?
Not if that person is strong. I think if a person is strong and they're unhappy, it's still difficult to tell, whether they are suffering. I mean, in my experience, what is like, can you tell by looking at their eyes? What is
unhappy person is always slightly toxic. It's always no, it's really easy to irritate unhappy person. Like you do something slightly wrong, they get irritated and they get angry very fast, and they are on the verge. They don't have this resource in life. And money, kind of, yes, it does help to make more comfortable life, but I really don't think that you can really tell the difference between the happy and unhappy person. An unhappy person has this, you want to spend time near this person. You want to, like, this person has welcoming energy. And I would say you will feel the energy. It's not really explained, it's just felt when you are nearby.
Mm-hmm. Right. So happiness in addition to money.
I would say yes.
What about contribution to society?
It's also important. It's about where is this person actually doing what he should, why he came to this world. I really think that everything is connected. The more you are in your own place, the more money you will be earning. This is how it works from my observations in all these years.
So Nawal Ravikant, or puts the order of these three things: health, wealth, and happiness. And he says the number one thing is your health, starting from your physical health.
Agree.
And then your mental health, and then the health of your family. And then, he just goes from health all the way bottom, right? Which is, I think, the major proxy for someone's success is their health also.
I agree with this. Mental health is as important as physical health, which is usually neglected in Uzbekistan because it's not visible. Can't really see it. So, is it possible to have healthy mental health while having unhealthy physical health, in your opinion?
Well, I think that mental health is kind of downstream from physical health. If you have, like, what they say, it's the popular saying we used to hear at school, здоровым теле, здоровый дух, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, I guess.
Have you heard of the psychosomatics? In English, it's going to be like this. Psychosomatica, we call it.
Right. I mean, it sounds really cray. What is it?
Sounds
right.
Niche, right?
Sounds cringe.
So cringe. Come on.
Sounds cringe, yes.
It's about your mental problems will appear on your body, basically.
Wow. Right. I mean, yeah, if you put it like that, I mean, it's obviously, of course, it's gonna.
No, sometimes it could be like you have no problem with your physical health. Doctors cannot find anything on your body, but the problem is there. Maybe you have some rash, maybe you have like anything. Problem is there, but the reason doctors cannot find it. There are lots of cases like that. I actually studied for half a year psychosomatics, and I agree that mental health is as important as physical health, and sometimes I would say even more important.
Right. So these are some of the stressors then?
Yes.
How people think about you, not having enough money?
Loser? Yeah. Can we say that?
Sure. Right.
Okay. So, I mean, you will just feel inferior, I believe. Okay. I wanted to say that in men, it's more serious than in women, but now I'm thinking that actually it doesn't really matter whether you're a woman or a man. Having more money will put you on higher level than everyone else, and that's why everyone is trying their best to earn as much as possible.
As much money as possible?
Yes.
Right. I see. Well, that makes sense. I mean, we want to make more money to develop our society, but then how you use the money is also important. Because you want to make life easier for people in poverty stricken, I guess, regions. Have you ever traveled like to the far countryside?
Yes. I've been to most of the regions in Uzbekistan.
No, I mean, regions are not countryside. Come on, like the village type.
Yes. In my childhood, we used to spend the whole summers in the like in dacha, let it be, on like very far. What was that? What was the place? So in the mountains area. So we had I was born in Tashkent. From the city life, every year we would go into this village life where they would have limited water, they wouldn't have gas, so the water would be off in the afternoon time, and they would give it like for 2-3 hours. As a child, I didn't really struggle much, but if I went there now, I would be struggling for sure. But from my experience, I would say that it was pretty shocking for me how people live. They have pretty simple life. I wouldn't say stress-free. It's very stressful because financial problems are still there. But I think people get used to it. Whatever comfort you give yourself, you get used to that comfort level after some period of time. Like from my fully furnished home, I would go for 3 months and live there. First months is somehow hard, but the second and third months, it gets normal. So once you get used to, it becomes normal, I think.
So these people, the reason I bring them up, because a lot of the father figures, they move to countries like Russia to make money.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times, I mean, they don't really have to move to Russia if you think about it, because they could stay here and make a good living. But to buy a house, which is getting like almost impossible these days, getting a house, you know.
Yeah.
most young people are actually priced out of the housing market. I mean, if you do basic math, 50K, an average house at least costs 50K, and the salaries are, what?
Way below that.
Right. You have to work for like 20 years, I guess, to be able to afford a house.
Yeah.
And then they also need to buy a car. So all of this societal pressure, it builds up, and children grow up without their dads. And a lot of women, they also have to live without their husbands, which is breaking down the society in a lot of places, especially like the Uzbeks. I think we lead the pack. We have the most number of Uzbeks working in Russia, right?
Compared to other Central Asian countries.
Yeah, I think from Kazakhstan, they don't even go there.
I mean, they do, but maybe
I'm not sure. Every time I play a game, online, and they find out I'm an Uzbek, I get this insult, and they say, like, "Oh, immigrant, go to Russia."
Okay,
there's a lot of racism coming from that country, because I guess
from Russia, you mean?
No, from Kazakhstan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Russia, somehow I can repel the attacks because
you expect this from them, I think.
Sorry?
You expect this kind of attitude from them.
From Russia. Oh, but at least if someone is Russian, I know what to say back,
What's your usual go-to phrase?
Well, I bring up the war in Ukraine. I mention vodka, a lot of people are drunkards. Statistically speaking, like.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Uzbeks, the biggest insult we get as an online gaming community is, migrant workers. And it's not untrue.
Yes.
It's not untrue. So my point is, if people just lowered their materialistic expectations, then their fathers wouldn't have to move to Russia, right? I mean, we don't really need like a car or like a big house. We can live in this house. It's fine there, living here. Yeah.
I think that fathers want that for themselves. Like, it's not only for the family, it's for the father too, actually. So if you look at the societal standards in Uzbekistan, standards for men are closely linked to money. So even if the family says like, oh, we're good, we can live here, if the wife is like, as a good wife, she'll be like, no, baraga shukr, let it be, whatever you bring, I will cook from that.
Right, like that.
Yeah. That from those Uzbek movies, like a nice, good woman, decent woman. If the kids are like, we can wear some shoes, like I can wear my brother's shoes, something of this kind, the father himself would not feel content. He would want to earn more money. And I think it doesn't really fix the problem at this point. Like saying that, oh, we should feel more content, we should lower our expectations. In that case, families will have their breadwinner in living with them together.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna fix the problem, because
I'm saying
only
the materialistic expectations. I'm not saying we should lower the bar in general, because there are other things you could be striving for. What are people? What's the end goal of a lot of people? Just making more money. Is it the end goal, or is it making the society better, contributing to science?
Do you really think many Uzbeks think about?
I don't think so. That's the problem.
That's the point.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta fix that. You should not fixate on just money.
That's the thing. I want to bring up something that my father would always say. Pulni orqasidan quvlama, pul sani orqangdan quvlasin. That's like, let me just explain that. Basically, us, like Uzbek people, Uzbek community, wanting to earn money will make them end up earning less money than they want. But if they focus on something else, like again, as you said, enriching society, doing their best, like focusing on something else, on their passion, for example, they will eventually end up earning more money. So generally, I really the focus is on the wrong place. Like if we shift the focus, the outcome could be better than we even initially wanted. So we have so many examples of people doing their job really well. I really don't want to bring up football players, but let's just give them as an example. Those kids, they just love football, for example, right? Some of them, some of the successful ones, they just love doing it. They just did it because they enjoyed the process. I really don't think that when they were kids, they were just thinking, oh, I'm going to earn a lot of money. Let me kick the ball. No, they were just enjoying the process and then doing what they know best. And in the end, they ended up earning respect, a lot of money, and great opportunities in the future. So I believe we should all follow our passion, what we're good at.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that one. What are some misconceptions you think people have about stress? How can we actually reduce stress? What should people do to live a stress-free life?
Misconceptions about stress. It's impossible to live without stress, because stress at some point is kind of good. It pushes us forward. We become better people because of stress. I mean, if you know those kids which had a very successful childhood, like really wealthy childhood. They didn't have any purpose. They didn't have like stress-free childhood, I would say.
Right.
When they grow up, they end up losing the purpose of life, and lack of stress actually harmed them more than the stress did. So that's why I think, as a community, as everyone else, children or people, they need to be taught how to expand the stress capacity. It's like managing stress successfully. For example, let's say you go to work. You work as a teacher. I know you have the learning centers, which is pretty successful. So you get pretty much stress from there, and you have to have something to release that stress. Maybe it could be like sport, maybe it could be something else. So you purposefully you do this kind of stuff because you know you're gonna get the stress instead of avoiding stress, I think.
Right. So you just you find ways of
releasing stress instead of, because if you want to achieve something in life, you can't have stress-free life. Stress-free life is I mean, I believe it's really hard to achieve something and to become somebody, earn money, as we say, without having stress in life. I think we should just learn how to cope with it. That's it.
Do you think young people are carrying a different kind of stress to older people in Uzbekistan?
Could you just paraphrase it?
Yeah,
I didn't get the question.
Well, in terms of generations, are we stressed about different things than our, parents? Does it make sense, the question?
Yeah, it does. Yes. I recently we had a like family gathering, like mihmon at home, and I saw my parents really stressed about some things which are trivial, like really trivial. Let it be, for example, like, oh, we chose the wrong type of apple or something like that. I mean, older people, I am now talking about Uzbekistan only. Older people are focused on odamlanma kind of stress more. But younger people are stressed about so many things. They also have their own pressure. It's social media, for example. You now have to be better than not just Khurshida. You have to be better than people whom you're following on social media. So that young people, they have a stress of Zoomers, they have this problem of жизнь одна, and I need to achieve more. So their stress is this, they can't decide, should they work hard, should they relax, should they buy something, or should they enjoy life right now. So this kind of stress is present in young people's lives. But older people, I think they are used to hardships in life. The older generation, I think, that post-war generation, like our grandparents, they are just they feel good when there is struggle. When everything is good, it's pretty stressful for them. So for them, the stress is kind of different. It's more about other people's opinion, and so keeping up with the standards that they set themselves. I think that's it.
Right. So we keep coming back to this, what other people think.
I think older people care about it more.
I guess it's just across every society, across all time periods, people used to care about others, right? So there was a big scholar, Ibn Qudama, who said a lot of people are destroyed because they crave praise from other people and they're worried about their criticism. Right?
True.
Another big scholar, Ghazali, said, all these people you're worried about, they didn't create you. Right? Just stop thinking about other people, right? Focus on something, I guess, either internal. You want to focus internally. Are you a better person than you were yesterday? Or you want to focus like upwards, make your priority God, children, your parents, right? What can I do to be a better father for my son, right? Or what can I do to be a better son for my parents, right? But then you open social media and then you see people your age achieving much bigger success than you, buying cars and traveling 24/7, right? You are part of the problem.
You have this feeling that something is wrong with you. You have to fix yourself.
You're lagging behind.
Yes.
You're lagging behind. Even though statistically speaking, you're not lagging behind if you think about it.
Yes, if you take the average, but we are comparing ourselves with the 1% or 2%. Yeah.
The exceptions. Right. And social media, it amplifies that. I read an article that says the perception of people drinking has increased even though the drinking level has dropped. Right? So, like, if you take drinking alcohol, obviously a bad thing, and personally I never had alcohol, but I'm just saying, in Western societies, it's a proxy for having fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Having fun is equated to drinking alcohol. But social media makes it look like everybody is having alcohol, even though in general, actually, people are having less alcohol.
Gen Z is drinking less and less.
And they're not smoking either.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just dumber, as a generation. Gen Z, again,
I wouldn't say that, but we have fun from different things, I think.
Right, exactly. What?
Brain rot.
Brain rot, yes. Yeah.
Okay. No, I think we care more about our health, actually. This generation, kind of cares more about their health, or they don't see any point. Or maybe that thing, whatever that older people do, they try not to do. They have this opposite example.
Right.
Yeah. So if those people were not drinking, they would be drinking.
Oh,
something of this kind.
Like they want to rebel, right?
Yeah. They want to say this, I am not like you. I am different.
Right.
This kind of thing.
Exactly. I really hate this kind of people on social media. They want to portray themselves as exceptionally different. The matcha drinkers.
I love matcha. Come on.
Yeah, all these people, introverted. Oh, I'm an introvert. Book lovers. These days, I really hate people who performatively read books. There was this person I came across on social media. She's a Kitobxon, self-reportedly, and she posts about the books she's reading, and 99% of these books are just stupid novels, and she made a video. She made a video showing books like Atomic Habits, and she said she's basically making fun, you know. O'zini kitobxon deydi-yu, lekin shu kitoblarni o'qib yuribdi. And then she's making fun, right, of people who read Atomic Habits. Now, personally, yeah, I mean, I did read the book like 5 years ago or something when it just came out, James Clear's book. Very good book. A lot of, you know, very original insights.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that book. Look, if you don't like this book, no problem. But the thing is, books are not just novels and self-help. In fact, the actual original books are neither novel nor self-help. Because what did people write about, like, in the history? They didn't write novels until like 3 centuries ago. The first books were on chemistry, physics, history, society, you know. Ibn Hazm wrote a book about love, you know. So people used to write on serious subjects back in the day. But now, you know, it's very shallow. It's very shallow. Look, it's okay if you're reading books. As a person, I think you are dumb, like that person specifically, you know, because you think reading novels makes you better than other people. If you think reading novels makes you a better person, then you're missing the point, because reading novels is supposed to make you more emphatic, like, you know, emotionally intelligent. Clearly, this person is not emotionally intelligent, because some people are reading Atomic Habits to improve their English. Some people are reading Atomic Habits to maybe make more money, become better as human beings. And then you're making fun of them. Why? Because you have the luxury of sitting down and reading books for 3 to 4 hours every single day.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that just doesn't make sense to me. It so doesn't make sense. So I really hate people who are performative on social media. Right.
Okay.
And social media is all about being performative.
Yes, that's the whole point, actually.
Right.
Yeah, like if you're not performative, like close your social media, because it is being performative.
Right.
Is there any limit to up until which they can be performative, in your opinion?
Well, I guess not. I don't see where...
I just have this feeling I should kind of cross the limit of... But I think the problem is not of her reading novels, but mocking some books, which are pretty decent, I would say. Like that book that she was mocking is, I think it's nice. Well, some of the ideas are pretty good still.
It's not about the book even. Like the fact that she thinks novels are a superior tier of books, which clearly they are not. You know, the last 5 books, I think 4 of them were had nothing to do with novels, and they had nothing to do with self-help. In my case, right? I mean, right now I'm reading a book called, by the way, the topic we're coming to is feminism. You know, I was reading this book called Feminism Against Progress. Right before that, I finished a book called Cosmic Chemistry, Science versus Religion. You know, and these are not novels. You know, so the fact that you think books are only novels or self-help, that shows me how clearly unintelligent, uneducated you are. You know, very, very narrow-minded. Yes.
Yeah, I think for some books you have to grow to them. Maybe she's just in her process. Maybe she will just grow out of this stuff.
I don't know,
later on.
Yeah, no,
you know this thing, like when you look back 5 years ago, whatever thing that you did, whatever thing you say, you cringe. You're like, oh my God, like how could I say that, or how could I do this?
Right.
Maybe she's just in her process.
I mean, that happens when I read my old posts.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It does feel cringe. However, I gotta say, look, back in the day, there were some qualities that were better than now. You know what I mean? Like, Khurshida, if you look like 5 years ago, there were some aspects about you that you now admire. Is that so?
Yeah. Yes. I took them for granted, for example, back then. And right now I'm like, no, it's cool, actually. But yeah, but about books, like tastes are different. For example, I like reading books. I like watching movies. But at the same time, I watch, like, about 2 years ago, I used to watch some very dumb Turkish series. And
Which ones?
do you know them? So I could be any. I don't want to tell the one name of them, but I just want to say that like there were some of my students. They were like, "Oh my god, I thought you were smart," and I'm like, "What? Why?" So and she's like, "No, just because you're watching this dumb Turkish series, I'm now questioning your intelligence." So sometimes, like, very smart people can have some very strange hobbies. I'm not referring to myself as very smart, but I
was
believe...
gonna, I was going to point that out, right?
Yeah, but anyway, I really,
I mean,
like, I
look at
learned
Newton.
I learned Turkish.
Right,
I
that's
learned
good.
Turkish by not going to courses at all, and my level is right now intermediate-ish. Like,
Right.
I believe so. I did the test online, but if I work on it, I can make it C1. There was some benefit of that.
Right. No, I mean, if you look at even big scientists like Newton, he was very interested in alchemy, and now alchemy is a joke, right?
Yeah.
So that's true. Like when you're saying even smart people have weird hobbies, I guess that's what makes them sort of exceptional.
You play computer games, for example.
Well, yeah, everybody plays computer games. It's about which...
who says everybody? Everybody.
Males, men.
Not everybody. Yesterday I asked for my students, they were like, not many. It was like 80%, 70%. Come on.
So, I mean,
if it's true, false, not given, it's gonna be false.
Right, correct. Well, most everybody plays video games.
Most everybody.
Right. But again, it depends on which games you play, right? Because if you're playing a stupid shooter game like Counter-Strike, which I'm really good at playing Counter-Strike.
You do play. I saw your stories on that.
I do play Counter-Strike and I'm really good at it. However, as a game, I don't think it benefits you, It's a stupid shooter game. You're holding B, someone comes from behind and kills you. That's stupidity, But if you play a strategy game, which I do, like Warcraft, Dota, or Generals,
You think you're getting some benefit from that?
Of course, I mean, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the research shows that surgeons who play video games make 20% less mistakes. Because talking about stress, one of the biggest reasons of stress is overthinking, right?
Yeah.
So you think about the past and you think about the future.
Ruminating,
Right. It's just overthinking. When you are playing like Counter-Strike, when I'm holding B, I'm just dead locked in. Not thinking about anything. I'm just dead locked in, at the present.
That flow state,
Right.
Yeah.
It is a flow state, correct. And that does reduce stress. Even though the game itself is very stressful, but it's a different type of stress. Like it's minor.
No, I have seen guys playing Counter-Strike and I wouldn't say they are releasing their stress. They're just getting more stressful.
They are getting
more stressed.
There's a lot of shouting sometimes.
Yeah.
Like even my classmates, I thought we have never seen you screaming like this, stressing out like this, Of course I'm gonna scream when, my teammates are, what's the word? Noobs. Yeah. But I'm just saying, I forgot the initial, the
where
books, the social media.
Yeah.
Right, the books, the social media.
Stress, no?
Stress.
I forgot the point.
You gotta look inward or upward or to your family, not to other people. Right? So Naval Ravikant says, God, parents, children. No, wait. God, children, mission. Yes. I don't know why he excluded parents from there.
Yeah. It sounds not really Uzbek to us.
Exactly.
Yeah. For us, parents are first.
Right. Exactly.
Above children, even.
Yeah. Like even in terms of like marriage and everything.
Yeah.
Usually, parents don't see eye to eye with you on your marriage choices. I think everybody or most everybody has experienced this, where you're going to choose person A, but your parents are going to choose person B.
And you will eventually marry person B.
Yes, you might, but then you have to ask yourself, it's a very difficult choice. It's a very difficult choice, and I think a lot of people have experienced this very difficult dilemma, because you're basically choosing what you think your personal happiness versus your parents' preference.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the big problem in Uzbekistan, a huge problem, I think. So many broken families just because of that. But what do you think? Can't parents be wrong?
I think they are wrong.
In most of the time.
Of course, yeah, personally. But by the time we realize our parents were right, our children are going to think we're wrong. We don't have, you got to trust
I got your point.
You got to trust their experience at some point.
Women say that, like, my mom always, like, from my childhood would say, when you become mom, you will understand me. And I don't personally have children, but many my friends who have children, like 2 or 3, they say, now I get my parents, now I get my mom, like, now I get it.
Right, now I get it. We have,
yeah.
Now that I started using my own money, I realized my mom was right. We do have food at home.
Yeah. I agree.
We have food at home, right? My
True.
mom was right. Correct. Yes, our moms are so right, Yeah. I guess they don't want you to be unhappy, right?
Of course. But as we say, happiness for them and happiness for you could be completely different things. And that's where problems begin. Because they want you to be happy on their own terms.
Correct. So there is a mismatch between our perceptions.
Yes.
That is a problem. That is a problem. That's why Carl Jung says a person truly becomes a man when his father passes away, And that passing away is not like physically passes away. It's when you come to your dad. I mean, I'm not sure if this is the same for girls. Are girls more connected to their moms or their dads?
Dads.
Girls
are more connected to their dads. Yes.
Right. But for men, our dads are like they are a father figure, but it's very difficult to explain. They are like our role models. Yeah, like a legend,
Yeah.
And Oscar Wilde has a beautiful saying. He said, the tragedy of women is that they become like their mothers. And the tragedy of boys is that they never become like their dads. That's why he said,
they aspire to be, but they can never be.
But there comes a point when you come to your dad and you ask him a question, he doesn't know the answer.
Yeah, that's
when you become a
adult.
man yourself, Yes.
Yeah. You, like, that's a point when you outgrow your own parents, and that's painful. That's really painful. This is when the childhood ended. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Because as a child, you would think they have the answers to everything.
Yes. If you have any question, you can always refer to them. And for this reason, I believe that parents should continue doing some self-development once they become parents. For example, they should work on themselves. It's not that wisdom comes with age. Sometimes age comes on its own, right? As you said, I think I read it on your channel. So we all want to get some advice from our parents, but sometimes our parents cannot keep up with the time. They don't work on themselves. And that's why you really want to push them forward, but it's not your job. You are lower in hierarchy. And that's why I believe that older generation should be in self-development as much as younger generation is, for their own good and for the good of their children.
Right. You think they're not?
They're not. They're not at all. The things that they're focusing right now, they are too shallow. No, okay, I'm not talking about religion. Some people, once they get older, they get into religion, they become more religious, they start reading religious books. I love that, but it's a different thing. It's more about, for example, like the best relationships that my friends had with their parents are with the parents who had their own life. Like, it's not that they are living the life of their children. They have their own life. Okay, I'm your mom, but at the same time, I am somebody else outside. For example, I have my own hobbies. I have my own life. The whole problem of the Uzbek older generation is that they don't have their own life.
In terms of identity, they are just mothers or fathers.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Like in psychology, we have the concept subpersonalities. Have you ever heard of it? Subliczności, it's called. Have you heard?
No.
Subperson, it's like, let's call it mini people inside us.
Right.
So, like being a mom is one subpersonality, and you have subpersonality of a teacher, subpersonality of a father, subpersonality of a husband, of a son, etc. So you play your own roles in different subpersonalities, and there is this balance when one subpersonality becomes dominant. Like you get really unhappy. So that's why you have to, like, I don't know how to say that. Всех нужно выгулять. You have to give space to everybody in your life. So the problem with the moms or dads, that they are only moms and dads. So what they should be somebody else for their own good. They will feel happy. They will feel this. They will feel content.
So they should have a mission then.
Yes,
or should have a mission.
Exactly.
Right, like as Nawal said.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Very good. Yeah. Do you think psychology is a real subject? I have really strong doubts about psychology being a real subject. I think it's just a scam. Why do you think most psychologists tend to be women?
Okay. First of all, psychology, there is only one working method that is proven in psychology. This is КПТ, когнитивно-поведенческая терапия. In English, it's gonna be, like, I forgot that in English. So basically, scientifically proven only one. Like how you work with the clients and how you solve their problems, only one. And for the whole subject to have only one scientifically proven work, it's not strong enough. But considering the hype around psychology, especially now in Uzbekistan, like we have every day there's new Uzbek psychologist is born.
Every girl I have met is a psychologist. Я как бы психолог сама депоя, да?
So,
right.
Yeah. You know, I hate it when people say, ну, вообще я психолог, and then...
Сразу читаю людей, да? Right.
Oh, no. It's really strange. But I really think that it's not really 100% proven, but the mental health is important. It's like there are lots of good books. There are lots of good things. For example, now I'm reading the book, Body Keeps the Score. Have you ever heard of that book?
No.
Body Keeps the Score is about one man, psychotherapist. He's a doctor, actually. And he wrote the book about trauma being stored in the body and how to release it. So basically, you don't even have to sit and talk to people like, tell me what happened 5 years ago in your life. What did your mother do? What did your father do? No. I mean, you can complement that, but the main thing is working with your body. You remember the whole question was like, oh, you started doing yoga, Khurshida. Actually, yoga now is included into therapy. It's not because of this religious component on that, but because of the work with the body. And you don't even understand how, where in your body the stress is stored. And that can help you release it. So this kind of knowledge is important for everybody. If you know this kind of thing, it's like some sort of biohacking, I would say, that will help you to become better, so to achieve more. And we know that lots of successful people have their own therapists or coaches. It's a well-known fact. If it was a scam, why would so many people rely on it? I just think you have to be selective what kind of methods you choose. Psychologists have to be like, they have to have some common sense when they're choosing the methods, when they are working with their clients.
But isn't it the problem that the whole subject is just common sense? Because you're saying yoga, right? I mean,
it's not common sense. It's a proven thing.
And well, what's the difference between proven things and common sense? You know?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So if you say yoga is good for mental health, now I 100% agree with you because it just makes sense, right? I mean, do you think if people slept well, ate well,
Yes.
exercised, they would be as anxious and unhappy in their daily lives?
You know that thing, damn, I realize it's all because of phones, right? Just go outside.
My mom was right. My mom was
Just go outside.
Get sunlight.
Get sunlight.
Correct. Get exercise. Get movement.
Okay, it's proven again. Like getting
Right, but
sunlight.
it's just, you don't need to be like, oh, I'm a psychologist.
Oh, there are lots of cases. For example, if you're feeling a bit stressful, whatever you're saying works, 100% works. But if the person is
like clinically depressed,
it's depressed, or like in there we have antidepressants that they have to be taking, but at the same time therapy is really helpful because sometimes people need people, and not everybody is lucky enough to have somebody who is compassionate, understanding. Sometimes you have to pay the money for somebody to understand you and to have this feeling like, oh my god, somebody is listening to me. Many people are ready to pay for this feeling, actually. That's why.
That's true, of course.
Yeah,
that's true. People like us don't have people. We are the people people have.
It's like, you become somebody whom you needed as a child.
Right.
Yeah, this thing. Okay.
But again, personally, I think it's just common sense. You don't really need to overthink it.
No, but there are some psychologists I come across when I scroll Instagram. I wish I didn't. Whatever they say, like some things that they're saying, it's crazy. I'm like, how can you say something like that? How is it even possible? So that's why some...
Can you give examples?
Concepts.
What they said?
For example, there is a woman on my mom is following. Come on.
Yeah.
My mom is following her, and she has sessions, energy sessions.
Oh,
that just sounds so bad. She's popular. There are lots of people who participate in her energy sessions, and her energy sessions are usually this it's a трансляции on Telegram,
live streams
live streams on Telegram. Yeah. It's just on Telegram, and she says, "Oh, it's free." And my mom is like, "Oh my god, I have this. I need to participate in this energy session." I'm like, "What the heck is this energy session?" And then, so this woman, she just talks about something, and then this way she kind of gives the energy to people who are just laying in their sofa and listening. And like, okay, what's the problem, right? She has some free time and she can spend it on some random people. But there was a case where people could not connect, or they were asking too many questions. This woman got aggressive. She was literally shouting. She was like, how you don't understand? And that gets opposite to what this person is claiming to be.
Right.
Yeah. And there are lots of scammers in like, English teacher doesn't know English, or like psychologist who claims to help your mental health that needs help himself. So the people who cannot, she claims to be the person who wants to give energy, who wants to she talks about some divine energy and this, being, loving, this kind of stuff. And then this slightest moment, she gets very aggressive. And I was laughing so much at her aggression, because this is a scam, I believe. When you talk about something and then you are not that thing. And I think many psychologists have this issue right now in Uzbekistan specifically. They don't... That's a really big topic. Like, for example, recently, either this year or last year, we had the law regarding psychologists about that they need to have diploma.
Right.
And still their work cannot be tracked. We don't know, are they following the ethics? We have ethics, psychologist ethics, but I personally know many psychologists in Tashkent, I have been to many, that don't care about the ethics and they don't follow it at all.
Like, you mean during therapy session?
Yes, we have ethics that we have to follow them.
Like what?
For example, you're doing some therapy, let's say, like one thing, you are not supposed to touch the client. You are not supposed to hug the client, or you shouldn't have any physical interaction with the client. Or you should not be following them on Instagram.
Right. It just sounds like, It's
Common
not
sense.
just. Leah, would you be touching other people like in everyday life?
That's no. It's about, look, the person is talking about highly sensitive stuff to you, crying, right? And then you feel like this urge to just go and just support this
Console
person a
them,
little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, consolidate. Like it feels like as a person you have to do it, but as a psychotherapist you should not.
Right.
Or you shouldn't be following your client on social media. Or you can't be friends with your clients. You can't go out somewhere. You should not have any relationship with your client while you are working with them. And I know many psychologists, they are just hanging out with their clients outside. And I mean, I don't judge them. But again, ethics are not followed as they should be in Uzbekistan.
Well, I guess in every profession, it's the same.
Yeah, but psychology is like, it's not exact, Sometimes we should break the ethics, but again, it's for the government, it's also really hard to control how everything is going. And then this freedom gives chaos, creates chaos in this work. And that's why, for example, let's say you want to go to psychologist, or you just want to see how this works, and then you see one scammer, and then you're like, all psychologists are like that. But there are some who can actually really help people.
Right. But yeah, you have clinical psychologists who did actually study and whatnot. Like if you take Jordan Peterson, the thing I like about Jordan Peterson, I don't like Jordan Peterson as a person, but as a psychologist, yeah, I have to make that disclaimer because the guy is very, very, he got very political lately, and I think he's about to die now.
Okay.
Right.
I was like, really? How do you know? And then, okay.
So this guy, he talks about this patient, right, who was having anxiety issues. She was suffering from a lot of stress. Jordan Peterson asks, "Well, what do you eat?" Right. She says, "A bowl of rice after work. That's it? Like you only have a bowl of rice?" She say, "Yeah."
Per day, like she doesn't eat anything else.
And then he says, "Look, you're just starving. You're just starving, So that's the thing, And to draw an analogy, you have to address these fundamental problems before you attribute all your issues to, oh, it's just, I'm just depressed,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I have seen only one psychologist. She was my teacher. When we were studying, she said that when the client comes, first thing I ask is about her health. Do you have are your hormones okay? Do you have normal hormonal situation? Or is your health generally okay? Do you go outside to walk? Do you have at least 6K steps? So, and only after that we start working, she says. Like once you've done the basics, I think 50% of all the problems will get solved.
Correct. Correct. Like, I gotta tell you something. I did, deep face cleaning therapy. Terrible. Never doing it again.
You did it recently, right?
Right.
Yeah, I can see the spots.
Exactly. It was the most horrible thing. I got scammed.
It's really painful. It's really painful.
Right. And the person said, "Oh, it's gonna be a bit unpleasant." No, it was just excruciating. Right. The reason I don't do face cleaning in general, right? Even though I have problems with my facial face, just in general, because I know that I'm not addressing the underlying issues.
Yeah.
Like my diet. Why would I spend money on healthcare? Like if I just keep eating trash, you know what I mean?
But it's all about which one is easier. You want somebody else to solve your problems. Give them money, let them prescribe you something, and then when people go to doctors and then doctors say, okay, you should eat healthy, you should do something, and then they're like, just give me the pill.
Correct.
Yeah, give me the pill.
Correct. I went to a doctor, like an old Soviet doctor, I love these people. So she prescribed me some medicine, and I went to see her again after 2 months. The problem didn't go away.
Oh, okay.
Right? So She said, did you take the pills on time? I said, yes. And she said, did you follow the diet? I said, not really. So what she says to me was really funny. She said, Ozodbek, come see me after 2 months. Don't take the pills, follow the diet, you know? So you had better follow the diet than
that was more important
than take the pills.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly. So with the body, the same thing. Like it's easier to go to cosmetologist and blame her if something doesn't improve. But subconsciously, you know that you had to do the job yourself.
Right. But I had to just try it, you know. You gotta try it.
Is it your first time trying?
My last time.
I understand. It's really painful.
Never doing it again, you know. I mean, I look better, you know, before that thing. It's just really terrible. Okay. Anyhow, that's the thing. Yeah. As a science, it's not really like a science. Are you telling me that?
Yeah, it's not really fully science. I mean, there are some parts of it that are scientifically proven, but not everything. And I agree with you on that.
Right.
But is it working? Yes.
It's, I think, overhyped, as you say.
Yes.
In Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
You see all these people, and some of them are like, the people I hate the most are like, who mix religion into this, you know. Yeah, they mix religion into psychology, and it's just even worse. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But you know this thing, like maybe they want to give more credibility to what they're saying, referring to religious books.
It's just, no, it's really counterintuitive what they're teaching, because their religion is going to tell you one thing, and then this person tells you completely another thing. I did a voice chat with this person who does like Shar'i psychology, you know?
The one that you were recommending me, right? Do you remember?
No.
No,
I don't remember recommending.
You recommended me university, if you remember, about this when a connection.
Oh, no, that's a good university, actually. I recommended Hamad bin Khalifa, where they have a degree in Islamic counseling. It's a legit degree. Not that person. That person was, in my opinion, is a scammer, even though she has big courses, she has a big following, right? But personally, not legit, you know? Because I'll tell you what, it's not, I'm not just lambasting her for no reason. So I go to her Instagram page. I scroll the last 20 posts. Nothing about religion, honestly. It's okay. It's okay. But if you brand yourself as an Islamic like psychologist or Shar'i psychology, and then the topic is, for example, how to anguish or how to как избавиться от anger, you know, like, and her recommendation, I mean, what does religion say about it? Well, you need to sit down. If you're standing up, you need to sit down. You know, or you need to do X, you need to do Y. If you're sitting down, you need to lie down, right? Mention God, etc. What does this person teach? Take a piece of paper and draw your anger. You know, you have to draw your anger. Now, if that person was a psychologist only, I would have no issue with that. That sounds like bogus, you know? I wouldn't respect it. I wouldn't take it seriously. But now that you are branding yourself as someone who understands religion, and now you're teaching this, it's a double problem, you know? Because not only are you teaching nonsense, but you're also presenting it as something that's emanating from religion, you know? I'm not an expert on religion myself. I did a BA in Islamic studies. I did MA in Arabic linguistics. I know some literature about what to do when you're angry. Clearly, it's not.
That's what I was talking about. You know, you say something or you claim like that. What you say does not really correlate with who you claim to be. Right. That's the whole problem with the current psychologists.
But then the people are like, oh, you know. Right. No, they take this person and then they make them into like a god figure, you know, someone who needs to be
followed. Whatever they say becomes a law.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why if you're a popular person, it's not only money. It's not about. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't like. I'm sorry that I interrupted you. If you have big public, like lots of subscribers on social media, on Instagram, whatever, you have to be very careful with what you say, because there are people who like they follow you. They will do what you say. Like in this case, like once they got their courses and whatever they say, they will do it as психологияда шунаqa ekan de deydi.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So don't.
And what did you say? Did you have like meeting or something?
Yeah, I did mention this one. And that person was just really articulate with words, and they got away with it. Yeah.
How did they explain it?
I don't remember now. It was, come on, like 3 or 4 years ago at that time. But that's the point. That's the point. If you take something that's generally nonsensical, but then you brand it as, golden advice, it just doesn't fly with me. Unfortunately, though, a lot of people do fall for these people. A lot of, especially women, they are quite naive, because most psychologists are women, and most people who listen to psychologists are also women. Have you ever seen like a man following a female psychologist?
Yes.
You have?
No, you remember I was talking about those energy sessions, and there were several men, and me and my brother, we were shocked. Like, are there any men? And they were like asking questions. Ustaz, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Right, that's terrible. Very saddening. Very saddening.
No, I mean, I know lots of men who go to women psychologists because they have something that men psychologists, they don't have.
Also, maybe they also feel ashamed of sharing their story with the men.
Yeah, I also think so.
Right, you think so?
Yeah.
Because I would.
Men want to look cool in the eyes of other men.
Right, that's right.
They want to impress other men.
Right, and opening up to a man is gonna compromise that. So that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good. So moving on from psychology to societal issues in Uzbekistan, what do you see as the biggest societal problem in our country,
Female rights?
Yeah. Female rights.
Female rights.
Female rights.
Feminism.
Right. There's a lot of discrimination, gender discrimination in our country. Yeah. When I went to university, our university was free for women. So they're...
It's not only your university, it's for all universities.
Tuition was covered by the government.
Yeah. All universities have a master's degree.
And in terms of dressing, for example, women can put on anything basically, right? They could come in miniskirts, they could put on pants, but men are strictly confined to wearing long pants. You cannot really freestyle, right? The way you dress, I mean.
You guys don't have many options, actually, to freestyle.
Well, you could put on shorts. What's the difference between shorts and a miniskirt? If you think about it, it's the same thing. But anyway, the point is, there is a lot of discrimination against men in our country.
Are you claiming that women have more rights than men?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I am drinking tea, which has more caffeine than your coffee. True, false, not given.
I'm not sure what tea you're drinking. Could be.
I don't know. You brought me that. So, I mean, you are referring to some. When you called me to this meeting, I knew that the topic would come here. Actually, there are some situations where women are given more preferences. I agree, but about university, like being covered, if there is a choice to pay for education for it would be for girl or boy, family would always choose the boy. Like if there is limited financial situation, the money is always going to get for the boy. And the same as master's degree is not the most important thing. It's not like bachelor's degree. Master's degree, usually by the time girls study master's degree, they already have families. And most of the families, they don't allow them to study master's degree. Come on, that bachelor's degree, you got your degree. Why would you study master's degree? You're going to stay home. Why would you study that? The government making this free gives women opportunity to go out of their usual family, kids, etc. Like, with Uzbek mind, there's kaynana and something, they're like, we're not losing anything. You understand? So, like, women are getting this free because they're coming from the minus. I really don't know if there is a husband who wants to study master's degree and then his family would be like, why do you need master's degree? Just sit at home. No, they would have no problem going to university. So money is going to be one obstacle, but women have lots of obstacles. And let's remove at least one obstacle, money, but the other ones are still there. So you are now referring to something like we don't start from zero, both of us, I mean.
You're talking about master's degree. In bachelor's degree, we have more women studying at universities.
Yes, bachelor's degree is important. I mean,
even though education is not free.
That's what I'm saying.
In the undergrad studies.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but it's
bachelor's degree is taken more seriously. It's like bachelor's degree is taken as the bare minimum, as the important thing. But master's degree is some sort of luxury that you don't really need. I mean, as some people think. That's what I'm talking about. Bachelor's degree, yeah, there are lots of girls actually studying there.
In your opinion, who should be encouraged to study in the bachelor's degree more, women or men?
Whoever enters the university. Come on, it's a competition. Whoever enters the university, like, let them study. If they, it's not about.
But it's not the same in the master's degree.
Yes, because they get no.
Right. So all of a sudden, from whoever gets into university to a different criterion.
Oh, come on. Like, master's degree, like, if the men enter the university, they are going to study in that university. They will just pay for that. That's it. It's not like women enter the university, but they are given more preferences than the men. We're talking about money, right? We're only talking about the money.
But if you think if education was free for men as well, do you think more men are going to apply for a master's program?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Come on.
No, they will not. You know what? It's like this. You want something that you can't have. Have you ever...
Запретный плод слаб.
Yes. So men have never been restricted something, for example. And, like, let's say, if... how can I say? Women always had this thing, they had to fight for education. Like, it's not only now, it has always been like this. And that creates more women wanting to study. While men will not have the same motivation, actually. If you make it free, I think the numbers are going to stay the same.
Then why not make it free and see what happens?
Why would you ask me? I'm not a government figure.
No,
I don't solve such problems.
Because your criterion of a bachelor's degree is more important than master's degree.
I'm not saying that bachelor's degree is more important. I am referring to it from the perspective of
like the society.
From the perspective of society, because, like, we have this concept of okuyan, right. Like, we even have, like, I know many cases of this somebody not being able to marry someone because
I have a close friend. The guy is genius, very good person.
Just because they don't have
he didn't go to university.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling him, look, I know a lot of good girls, but you are not fit for them.
Exactly.
Because if you send your matchmakers to their homes, their parents are going to be, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes it will, like, it's actually good for the parents of those girls as well. Her studying at university, having degree is kind of going to... I really don't want to talk about it like a market, but in marriage market, she will be higher up.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
why they go to university.
Yes, that's one of the reasons, actually.
Unfortunately,
that's one of the reasons. And I know many people who don't care which university to go.
It's really detrimental for society.
Yeah.
Because you could have doctors, engineers, physicists, and now they all went to INIAS.
I went to INIAS because I didn't know math, and my family could not afford Westminster tuition fee, and that's why I went to INIAS, because I had to pay my tuition fee myself. But I would have studied in different university if I had some, inclinations like medicine or something else.
Right. If you had like the financial capability?
Yes, and talent or interest in that. But I liked English, so why not?
So what problems do women suffer from in our society?
Should I bring the list?
Yeah, I mean the from the top of the list.
You have to fight for basic things, like education. I know families where women cannot decide what they want to wear. I know families where man decides what she should be eating. Like basic stuff, she has to fight for that right to make her own decisions. Like women are not everywhere, of course, not everywhere, not in all cases, are treated like children. I know better than you. Come on, let me decide for you. I know better.
Who is doing the deciding?
Family. It's not only husband. It could be like older generation as well.
Well, okay. So you're telling me parents telling their children what to wear?
No, it's not parents.
Who then?
Like it could be in-laws, actually. It could be any in-law telling her parents telling you what they should do. It goes both ways. They don't only say that to a girl, they say that to a boy as well. It is their obligation, what they should be doing. I'm talking about all cases. Like whoever wants to tell the girl what she should be doing will use their opportunity. That is considered to be something normal. When the parents is okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about all the other cases.
Right. So okay, let's look at the cases one by one. Then you said education is a basic thing that women have to fight for, right? So we have more women studying at universities, and
question why?
So women have to fight for education. Most women who study at universities are women. Make it make sense.
It makes sense if you want to see the reasons why they're studying at university. Let's move that reason of this marriage market,
Okay.
etc.
Let's move on to clothing then.
Come on. No. It's not about clothing. It's about, okay, how by the time they graduate from school or high school or lyceum, college, whatever, they are 17, 18 years old. And that's the marriage age for Uzbek families.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the girls treat university as a
like a delay,
delayed marriage, or like short-term escape, I would say. And I know, come on, in my own family, there have been so many cases where you have a chance to fail only once or even not once. Like, for example, if you fail the entrance, you're gonna get married. I have heard this kind of conversations for example, in my other sisters' families. My sister failed university, cousin, about 3 times.
Oh my.
Oh, two times? Two times.
Yes, how can you fail like 3 times? I was going to say.
Oh, you know those times when the university entrance.
Right.
So 2 times maybe. I'm not really sure. It happened a long time ago. And I was young at that time. I was like listening, and her father was shouting like, that's it. That's her last chance. She's getting married this year. And many girls hear it. If you don't enter the university, you're going to get married. So that's one of the biggest motivations to enter university. That's one. Second thing, like you as a teacher, you know what? That girls study better. They are more, усидчивые. They're better at this, and they can actually sit and do the work for many hours. While men, they have friends, they have games, they have a lot of stuff to do, and they are more social in this perspective. Girls can actually do. So basically, that's a combination of, I would say, nature and nurture, right? Naturally, women are better at academics, I would say. They study better. And also the conditions are, they have the right motivation. I think that's the main reason why there are many more women in universities.
Right. Why do you think parents want to marry off their daughters as quickly as possible?
Let's go back to our beginning of that. Parents want us to be happy on their own terms. So what is the criteria for girls' marriage? Yaxshi joydan chiqqan bo'lsa, berib yuborish kerak, right? And they think this, like, we should not miss the opportunity. That's a great opportunity. Maybe the guy is good, family is rich, and So generally, it's parents are interested in transferring their daughter to that family, and now all the weight is off their shoulders. That's it. That they are done. They have done what they should be doing. That's why for them, marriage at early age feels like a safe option. That's why.
But it's not. Is it a bad thing to get married at a young age?
I don't know. It depends. For example, there are lots of cases when girls got married early on, and the family was incredible. They grew up together, basically, with the husband. And there have been many cases when the girl was too young to make that decision, and she could not cope with the pressure of the family and with the kids. For example, kids, they're not easy to deal with, and being a mom is a complete different job that requires to be partially doctor, partially like a cook. Kids, they have different menus. So I just want to say that sometimes at the age of 18, 19, you're not ready for this kind of stuff, and that could result in problems with marriage and then maybe later divorce. I wouldn't say, I'm not blaming women, because if the girl is 18, boy is probably 22, 23, 4 or 5 years age gap. So they're both too young for the responsibilities they will have in the marriage. And that's why it depends on person, I would say. It depends on too many variables. I cannot say it's always wrong, because I have seen cases where it was successful, but I have seen cases where my friends who got married at the age of 18, divorced even twice, I think. But again, whatever, in most cases, I think it's wrong, because you have to know what you want, who you want, and what kind of person is right for you. Because parents will come from their own criteria. Yaxshi joy, tehtuгли. There are some Uzbek phrases for that. They have their own criteria. Unga to'g'ri kelsa bo'ldi. But we know lots of cases when this outer criteria could be perfect match, but with character, these people don't match. They're not a good match to each other. So,
right, is that the problem, that the husband is the wrong person?
I think she doesn't know.
Or the age, because I'm trying to understand your perspective.
She doesn't know who she is yet.
No, but you were just saying, the family may be perfect externally, but in terms of character, there is mismatch. So is it then the husband is the problem here?
But she could have any husband, and she
would not. Would you say that women are better off picking their husband on their own, not their parents?
No. Because when we are young, we fell in love. That's it. We don't see anything. We don't see the most obvious things, and it's equally bad, actually. But no, I'm talking about the situations when she doesn't know what she likes. She doesn't know who she is. Her personality is just forming. And some people like partnership kind of marriages, when they can freely talk to their husband. Some people want to have this,
hierarchy.
Hierarchy is
the
when
leader,
this,
yes.
The leader, and she's at home. She's just он умная, красивая. This kind of marriages.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody is different.
He's the breadwinner.
Yes. I was just 50-50 though. Some people are good with 50-50, actually. I know some families like that. And when you are 18, you don't know what you want. And that's the whole problem.
Can you fix this problem by fixing our education to tilt it to...
I really would include psychology, proven parts, into our curriculum. If I had this power, I would include it just to know who you are. For example, just to do some tasks, discussions, read some right books, and asking questions. Now, young people are very smart. I see some of my students, and I'm impressed by how well they know themselves, how well they can cope with the issues. So you just need to give them right direction, and they will find their own way. It's not you can be It can happen in a year with the right direction. I just think that we need to purposefully think about this as a problem without pushing people.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to solve this problem.
Change the syllabi at schools, because the syllabi, it got stuck with the Soviet education.
Yeah.
Right. There is
some subjects we don't need them, for example.
Yeah, the school doesn't prepare you for life if you think about it.
Exactly.
It just doesn't. It's like, there are so many skills which the school doesn't care about if you think about it.
Finances, for example.
Yes, personal finance being one example.
Yeah,
personal finance.
Finances. Those kids who spend the money to zero, you give them 5K, they do what they do their max and just spend this 5K till the end of their day.
But then the infrastructure, I don't think in terms of infrastructure, schools can provide enough teachers to teach these skills, because we lack good teachers.
It's true. The big problem is about teachers, actually. There was a situation when in my 4th year at university, we had to go to schools for observation. We had to observe the teachers' classes. We could observe any teacher. I entered one of the teachers' classes. It was, it's not history, something like, it's about this
national
abstract, something national, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was 7th class, 7th grade. The teacher asked the question, the girl raised her hand, and she questioned what the teacher said. I was sitting and I was like, okay, great. I love this critical thinking in young people. She questioned. The teacher, what he did, he suppressed her, like he just stopped this initiative immediately. And on top of that, her group mates mocked her. And I saw the one personality breaking in that moment, for example. And there are so many other situations when the person has an opportunity to ask questions and to to build his worldview, but they're not given this chance, and they're just instead, don't analyze anything, remove it. This is what you should be learning, what you should know. That's it. This is enough for you. We are, as society, for young people, we are pushing the narrative, I would say, pushing one specific mindset too aggressively. And такой North Korean method. North Korean минималка.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Again, to bring it back to women's rights, are you saying, I just want to understand your perspective.
Yeah, okay.
Is it the age of marriage that's the problem here? What's exactly the problem? Because you say, women need to find out themselves.
Yeah, I think it's about upbringing. It's about girls should be encouraged to, it's a big issue, actually. It's not many things are related to each other. For example, in our society, I will go a bit far. We have the concept of how the girl should be like. That sometimes erases her whole personality. So you are somebody, wanna be somebody, right? And you got this frame of somebody while your actual personality is behind, that you don't even know where yourself. And then this person comes to the age where she needs to get married, she needs to make big life decisions. But she hasn't formed her own personality. The whole community, the whole education system, her family system did not facilitate that. So I think it's not about age. It's about the whole upbringing process.
How society set up.
Yes. I think we should let the girls develop as they should, so that they know themselves better.
Would you say it's the same problem for boys as well? Or you think boys are not influenced by societal?
No, they are. If you live in Uzbekistan, you are influenced by society.
So it's not a women issue then?
It's not. No, women have more standards, I would say. The frame is thicker there. There is frame in boys as well, but the frame here is so much thicker and unbendable. It's very it's made of, let it be glass. This one is steel. Let it be. So, but they still have the frame. Boys, I think, again, they should also be motivated to learn what they want, to find their own passion, and to start earning money from that. Again, it's all about self-discovery. It's about risking as a young person.
Yeah.
Being allowed to risk.
Right. I also do think that we cut men more slack, like they are given. It's just the bar is lower for men.
Yeah.
The bar is just money, if you think about it.
True.
Right? So
Yes.
nobility, modesty, integrity, these things aren't getting talked enough about for men for one or another reason. Because, like when you are choosing a husband, I hear this phrase a lot. İçmedi çekmedi. Like, and
from
it's just,
minus. We come from minus,
Yeah, like, I mean, it's such a trivial thing. İçmedi çekmedi. Okay? I mean, it's not trivial if you are a drunkard, then it's a problem. I agree, but for women, I have never heard. Oh, Khurshida is such a good girl. She doesn't smoke.
Yeah, she doesn't consume alcohol. Zolota.
It's the bar in that sense is lower for men.
I agree.
Yeah.
I never thought that you would say that out loud, but it is true, actually. And that's one of the reasons why girls are so much more above than men in terms of development in other spheres, for example. Because we always have very high pressure on women. Have to be in terms of appearance, in terms of behavior, in terms of intelligence. And now even money is added. Like now girls are earning not bad money right now, even at your early age, at a young age. Boys, on the other side, they have only this money thing. But I think we should add some other criteria as well.
Definitely. I mean, definitely there should be other criteria for men. And men are, in general, very big slackers compared to women.
It's not only in Uzbekistan, though, it's everywhere. It's all over the world. It's not only Uzbekistan issue. The bar is low everywhere. It's a patriarchy
But
issue.
then, you know what? It's true. However, that one single criterion we have for men, it's just so OP. Like, it overpowers everything.
Money?
Yeah. Because how many times do we see a guy that's decent in every sense, but it's just not rich. And he gets rejected every time by society, by the girls, every time. Yeah. And then the families are not going to reason, oh, this person is good, maybe he will make more money in the future. No, they reason, this person is rich, this guy is rich, maybe he will become better in the future. Like, they do concede the possibility of this guy becoming better in terms of character, but they never imagine him making more money. It's always it's so overpowered, that one criterion for men.
Okay, I will tell you something that I may be cancelled for. I don't know. Women are more likely to marry for potential than men do. Women marry for potential more often than men do. We are it's not only socially, I think we as a woman, we're I can fix him kind of thing, we want to help the man to grow, for example. I know lots of women who marry men for potential, but men will not marry a woman for potential. A man will marry a woman for who she is right now. Is she attractive? Is she smart? Is she from a good family? And financial part is also important. It's not financial perspective is only good for men. I know many dates when a girl is asked a question like, how much do you earn?
I have never heard about that.
It's you live in a different world.
I have never seen
Единорожный мир.
I have never seen any man ask about a woman's salary.
I heard that. So I just want to say that in this point, what you're trying to make, we are losing more. Women marry for potential more. Potential, oh, he's going to get better. He's going to, if the guy is young, or he's going to grow out of this thing, or he's going to, like, if he has some problems, like smoking, drinking, whatever, oh, I can help him to fix it. Even, in families, when a boy has some issues, what is the first thing that family is thinking of? To marry him. Uylansa o'zi kelib qoladi. Yes? In girls' case, it's not like this, actually. So that's why
What's
I
the case
agree.
with your
I
What's the
agree.
case with
I
yours?
agree with the money part, that слишком много идет, например. Like, the guys are like 20 years old and the girls are like... Мощная съема. Понятно. So I understand, like, this money thing is important, but because of social media, for example, now we can see, big cars, like big houses. We can see other girls getting this kind of stuff, and then if a girl is dating a guy, she'll be like, "Come on, why I don't have it? Like, come on, earn more, work more." That's a pressure from men. I
right.
understand, but on the other side, women, as I said, they have to match the criteria that the men put in the present tense.
What are the criteria for me?
Oh, it's a lot. For example,
right. Let's hear the example.
Appearance. So let's start from the appearance. For example, that's important. Let's say that.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is, you have to be born beautiful. God forbid you want to be beautiful and you do something to your face. In that case, you will be like сделанная, for example. So appearance criteria is like, natural beauty. You have to be born beautiful. You have to be like, yeah, that's like, and also the body, for example. You should not be, actually, I heard about skin color. You should not be fat. And about the skin color, oh my God. I know, it's like... you should be white. You should have whiter complexion. Yeah. При том, что in Uzbekistan, the majority have darker skin. So, okay, next one is about education. She has to be educated. We talk about this, getting bachelor's degree. And also, she has to, if she's working, if she's older, she's working. She needs to be working, actually. She needs to achieve something in her life. And also, sorry, I forgot the most important thing. Cooking. Can she cook? Can she cook well? Can she clean her home? So, and also about, now in Uzbekistan, it's about religion. Is she religious, for example? Does she pray 5 times a day? So, this kind of stuff. Judayam ko'p narsa da u yoda. Again, as you said, in men, it's about money. I agree. And the rest is from minus. Does not smoke, does not drink alcohol, does not beat, does not swear.
No, I agree. I already said that the bar for men is lower. But that one thing is really overpowering. If the girl's family is deciding on the husband, right? They only care about the money. I mean, it's very rare that anyone is gonna ask about a guy. Does he pray 5 times a day, or did he study? I mean, yeah, maybe university. They will ask actually about university, but they don't really care about the degree. You could be right. Tarakanshnoslik bo'yicha.
Yeah. Diploma bormi?
Diplom bo'lsa bo'ldi-yu. Diplom bo'lsa bo'ldi-yu, right?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, there is a mismatch. Is there a specific right or freedom you think Uzbek women still lack that doesn't get talked about enough? Like a specific freedom or right?
Traveling, I think. To travel. Like, we still have this mindset that if a girl has been abroad, something is wrong with her. It's not talked enough, but it's still there. About 10 years ago, it was even tougher. If she has studied abroad, they were like, oh my God. Yeah. But how did her parents let her out? But right now, we still have this kind of cases. It's about, when I have worked as an IELTS instructor for many years, and there were students with great potential. And it was like, uvol to study in our local universities.
Right. Generally speaking.
Like, I was like, you're too smart for our universities. I just go abroad, like get some confidence, like study. You are that person who should be there. You deserve that place. And they could not get there because of their parents. They did not approve. I understand parents as well. It's financially hard, and it's from the safety perspective, they also care about her. But again, I think in terms of leaving the country, women come across more obstacles than men do, even if they have clear reasons to do so. Like, even if they have got like great potential to be studying abroad, to even, I know girls who studied, who entered universities, got their scholarships, like nothing else that parents should do. They still couldn't leave the country.
Right.
That's, I would say, as one thing.
As a parent, like as a mother, what do you care more about? Your daughter's education or her overall happiness in life, you know?
Why would we put them into two different parts? Why isn't it on one side?
Because it's
like you're saying, on the one hand, potato, on the other, tomato.
No, because the follow-up question is gonna be, is this woman abroad, you know? You think she's well equipped to cope with living abroad? Like, if she comes like from a simple family and
it's not about women only, actually. It's hard for men as well. It's very hard for men as well.
Right.
Yeah, it's difficult. Like we said, in the very beginning, at the age of 18, 17, girls getting married. I think marriage is going to be as hard as studying and living abroad. But again, coming back to our previous talk, stress grows us if she can manage that.
Remember, I mentioned the book Feminism Against Progress?
Uh-huh.
The core concept of that book is that feminism only benefits the top percentile of women.
Mm-hmm.
And now you mentioned traveling. I don't think traveling is something within the reach of most women, whether they can travel or not.
Why? Because of money, you mean?
Because of money, because of educational potential. Like, we're talking about a tiny minority of women who get accepted into universities abroad and who can actually afford to go there. Or would you say it's a right that 99% of women living in Uzbekistan every day wake up and worry about? Or does it only concern a tiny percentage of women?
I really don't think it's about only women. It's about general education levels in Uzbekistan. Like, if we take the youth, our 100%, there would be maybe 20%, if not less, who are of that level when they can enter university abroad. And out of that 20%, some fraction of that is women. It's not about that woman.
So it's a tiny percentage.
It's not about women being not good enough to be able to study. It's about Uzbek young people not being up to, not having, good knowledge that is enough for this.
Right.
We for example, I worked at one of the learning centers, which is not cheap, actually. And the students that I get, they actually come from the families which can actually afford
to go there.
Yes.
I always get this impression when when you say, not you, I'm just saying in general, when we talk about feminism, it feels like I am talking to the wall, because people who follow me on my small channel are people like you who come from well-off, not well-off, but
I don't come from well-off family.
from decent backgrounds, income relatively.
Oh, come on. Yes.
On relative terms, right? Come on, if you can study at the Internation or Cambridge, for sure, your family is not like starving. Yeah.
Yeah. If I
right.
Yes.
But when I talk about women working, I mean people working at Korzinka. I mean people working like laborious jobs, jobs that are tough. In that situation, I really feel for these women, and I really feel like if they stayed at home and their husbands could provide for them, they would live a happier life. And this is the majority of women.
I agree.
But feminists, they only talk about like the white collar, aristocracy, like very, high status jobs like teaching, or being a lawyer. They don't really talk about, I feel like feminists in Uzbekistan and just generally feminists, they don't represent all of women.
You know, there is like some toxic feminism. For example, feminism, what is it about? It's about choice. You want to be who you want. If, for example, I want to stay at home and be a mom, I don't want to work. For example, let's say, it's just an example. I don't want to work, let it be. I want to stay home. I want to have lots of kids, for example, and just cook, clean, and read my books, go to yoga classes, for example, right? And the modern feminists will not support my rights because they will be like, what do you mean you're not working? So they have gone to that direction. For them, this is more about trad wife lifestyle. Like, it's backwards to feminism. But the whole concept was choice. You want to stay at home, stay. But you're not staying home because you have to, but because you want. And you want to work if you want to work, for example. And that's, in this side, the feminism that you're talking about is getting aggressive there too. Maybe those women, for example, those women who are working in on all those places that you mentioned, would want to stay at home. For example, they would want to stay at home. They would for example, they would want to do their own stuff, take care of their children. And them wanting to have this choice is actually feminism. But it's not only about feminism, it's about I forgot, what is that? I forgot that word. Capitalism. Like, it's a financial situation, financial problem.
Right? Yeah. Capitalism.
How many men are where they don't want to be, like the working jobs that they don't want to be doing. It's not about this social things, more economic.
Well, feminism it actually does come from the capitalist perspective, because when the big factories were built, women used to work historically, but they used to work at home. They used to work jobs where you could keep an eye on your child and work at the same time. However, when capitalism was born, they built huge factories, and the factories needed workers. The women could not work there because they had a child to look after. So then the capitalists, they had to sit down and they had to think about, how can we attract women into working? The only thing you can do that and
give them rights, right?
Yeah, the only thing you can do at the end of the day, if you want to be equal to men, you have to forsake family, because it's practically impossible for a woman to be equal to men in terms of financial success unless you forsake your family, because you want to have less kids, which is what's happening around the globe. In many countries, Japan, South Korea, Germany, across the most developed world, the birth rates are plummeting. That's the natural consequence of feminism. And then the third wave is getting just really strange, where womanhood is just societal. You can be a woman if you feel like you're a woman. In America, in other countries, have you seen people identifying as dogs and cats? Right.
That's just.
I want to read
really
out.
ugly, the older it gets, the uglier it's becoming. I know.
It is ugly. There is a post I want to read out to you before, and I want to see your opinion on this one. Look, women want to work because men turned homes into prison camps. If you build a comfy library at home, buy some nice furniture, and don't bury your wife in housework, no woman would want to leave.
That's somebody's comment, right? Like a girl texted, if I'm not mistaken.
No, this is my post.
It's your post. Somebody
exactly.
texted that. I saw that.
No, there was a huge discussion there.
Okay.
There was a huge discussion there. I mean, just saying. Do you agree with
I read it.
Yeah. It's like, because most houses in Uzbekistan are like prisons. A lot of house chores. Like Sirajuddin posted this. He said the benefits of studying at home is that you have unlimited food, you can wear whatever you want, you can study whatever you want. The disadvantage is that you cannot study.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The disadvantage is that You cannot study.
But it all comes from this thing as well. Like I want to refer to your first thing, what you were saying about the women where they needed to work. Do you know Yasli?
Who?
Yasli. Like in kindergarten, in kindergarten there are special groups. The kids are 1.5 year old. They are usually kindergartens. They take children from 3. Like minimum age is 3 years old. But in Yasli groups, if I'm not mistaken, you can give children from the earlier age, like 1.5,
Right.
2 years old, maybe 1-year-old child. 1 year, like there are cases when the newborn was given. So this Yasli thing comes from Soviet Union. Soviet Union, from like women had to go to factories, it had to be working, and that's why this Yasli was created by the government so that guys, you see, there's an opportunity to leave your kids here in kindergarten. And you know that the whole generation who grew up in these Yaslis, they have broken mental health. By the age of 3, until the age of 3, you have to, like, you know, you have to be at home with your child, and it's a must for your child's mental health, because until the age of 3, this brain is forming, and then this connection with the mom is being formed, and that in the future, if this person adult will want to build healthy relationships with people, they need to have some sort of safety of their they had to feel safe in their first relationship with their mom. So that's why that generation, like, who grew up from Yaslis, they're very toxic, actually. Эти злые русские бабули барку, you know.
Right. Yeah. We'll see them.
This thing, that's what I'm talking about. So at this point, I like really disagree with this, because now your progress comes
at the expense of your child.
At the expense of your child. So like, and the stakes are too high. It's not even close to this. If you first thing is that your child should get everything that he deserves from you, and only after that you can do something else. It's not for society. It's not for somebody. It's not for that. It's when moms understand the responsibility of having a child, and actually like dedicating themselves fully in the time when the child actually needs it. So I'm talking about this. In this point, I disagree when a woman goes out to work, because, again, babies need them. But the second thing about, what was that about a woman create the library or something, right?
No, men turn homes into prisons.
Yeah. Like, don't turn those homes into prisons. Like, make золотая клетка кылыш керек, короче, да? Oddiy клетка больше керек emas, золотой клетка больше керек, in your opinion. So it doesn't matter what kind of comfort you have in your home. You can stay in one place for a long time. Do you remember we talked about mental health? Just go outside, right? Touch the grass. I don't know. Sit under the sun.
You can go out.
Yeah, of course.
You're going out for what?
No problem. But you're not a dog to be walked outside.
You are going out for what? For work? You want to go out for work?
No, I just want to say that, like, I am a feminist, no matter like what you say. Maybe it's like, I'm not that toxic feminist, and I understand I have some accountability, I have critical thinking, and I grew up in a very, traditional family. My family was really traditional.
Right.
So I am somewhere in between. I do value this traditional things in Uzbekistan, but at the same time, I really don't think it's right. Like, look, every person, it's like, I'm telling it to everybody, every person has only one life to live. And why one person has the opportunity to experience the life to the fullest, to talk to different people, to have the opportunity to have different experiences in this life, while woman is restricted to her home, no matter how amazing home it is still for your mental health to be better, you have to have some, смена картинки. You have to have some change.
Right. So,
if you get that, what I mean.
Would you say that women's rights are improving, let's say, for the past 50 years?
Yeah, it is.
They have improved, right?
They are improving.
By your logic, women should have become happier since their rights are improving.
I wouldn't say they have become happier, actually.
Well, you wouldn't say that. In fact, research shows that women have become, in general, less happy.
Yeah, I can see the pattern. I see where you're going. But you want to say because of, but I would say
no, I'm not saying because. I'm not saying because. I'm just saying, women are getting better rights, but for some reason they're getting less happy. In fact, the consumption of...
It's like, guys, you were asking for your rights. Here you are. Get what you want. Why you're not happy to have those rights, right? You were fighting for them. Why you're not happy?
The drugs that make you happy.
Antidepressants,
skyrocketed.
Look, it's not about, I really don't want to make a cause and effect that because of feminism people became unhappier, but you are not looking at the big picture, because I really think
I am looking at the big picture. In fact,
you gotta get bigger. Look at the current political situation. Look at the current situation in the world. 2000s were heaven, I would say. And maybe we were children, and that's why it was good for us. But I just want to say that now life is generally harder, much harder. Not only for men, it's for women as well. But when it comes to women's rights, I would not really... I am very happy that women have rights right now. At least they can...
choose their own unhappiness.
No. They can leave. Okay, I don't want this conversation to get dirty, but... because of this lack of women's rights, we had the higher rates of murderies, we had higher rates of domestic violence.
Domestic violence, right?
It was really serious. And right now, these numbers are less.
Right.
Well, and at least in this case, I can say that women, okay, let them be. Let's say unhappy.
Yeah.
Okay, at least they can leave.
Even though they are unhappy, they have more rights, you're saying?
They're alive, I'm saying.
Right. But this has, in turn, lack of domestic violence, which obviously I don't support. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't support violence against anybody, except when they deserve it. It's a big topic. I don't want to go there, but
yeah,
I think
that will get very dirty, actually.
I think that the decrease in domestic violence has led to an increase in divorce rates, because it has created an unfixable power disbalance in a family.
Do you hear yourself?
Yeah, I hear myself perfectly.
Can you repeat your question one more time?
Oh, it was not a question. It was a statement.
Statement. Repeat
right.
Your statement,
Yes. Historically, what would you say men really abused at home?
No. What you said, what you previously said, can you repeat that?
Yeah, I'm going to repeat that if you answer these questions. Historically speaking, in a relationship between a husband and a wife, what did men abuse?
What did men abuse?
Yeah, what did they use too much against their women, against their wives?
I didn't get question. Should I be talking about tools which they used? My dark sense of humor is
right. So how did men, I'm just saying, what did men use to keep their wives in check?
Money.
No, it's not money,
No, I mean, if you're talking about the power, that could be financial thing,
not domestic violence, not beating.
Together, I think it's all together.
Right. Okay.
Come on, it's all. For example,
how would you use money to keep your wife in check? Historically.
Sorry, if she has home because she lives there, She has food because she lives there. And if she, whatever he does to her, she has all of these basic things that any human needs. And once she's out, she has no way to earn her living. If you're talking about these other times when women had no access to education, there was literally no work for women, and it wasn't easy for you as a woman to find your way in society.
Yep. Okay.
Women, money is a great power, actually.
Let me clarify the question. Let me make it really specific, right? So there is a husband and a wife, right? What's one thing the man can do to shut her up? Immediately.
Physically?
Right.
Hitting her?
Punch her?
Maybe.
Okay, so violence, right? Domestic violence, correct? Historically, did men abuse this power or not?
Of course.
They did. They did research, they uncovered the scalps of women. A huge proportion of women had a broken nose. Married women. Right? Now, the opposite question is, what did women historically use to be toxic?
No. Tongue.
Correct, yeah. Right? So now here's the question. Which of these balancing powers has been eliminated more or less by society, by the government? Whose power has been taken away? Men's power or women's power?
No, I know the answer to this question. But
statistically speaking, did men stop beating their wives?
I know where you're coming to.
I
can see where you're going. It's just it's like, do you really think like that? Is it really your opinion, or you're leading me to one thought?
No, but does it make sense?
I can see it. I can see where you're going.
Does it make sense to you or no?
No, bro. No. I really, it's interesting for me. Do you really think like this? That, for example, first of all, it's a family, right? Это не ring. It's a family. It's not like, oh, I have this power. Oh my God, you took my power away, but you still have your own power.
Do you see the disbalance?
Okay, let him speak too if he wants. Do you really think women can hurt with their words? Do you think how men can hurt with their words? No, I know, I'm answering your question exactly.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You didn't answer your question. I said, whose power was taken away, men's power or women's power?
I don't think that men's power was taken away. It's just that they get punished for that.
Correct. Do women get punished for not shutting up? How?
If they yazsın üstünden de, например. Типа, oh, come on, if you, for example, in Uzbekistan specifically, if we talk about Uzbek law system, if you, как был закон, назывался? Чести, за оскорбление чести и достоинства человека,
Look,
if we think like this, man, for example, if she hurts his feeling, if she humiliates him, he can use it.
Oh, I see. That's my whole point, because you said, but at least feminists have reduced domestic violence, and I said, well, with that decrease in domestic violence came.
I just don't understand the thing that you are putting these things equal. That hitting one person physically, making him that it's dangerous. You can literally kill one person. And the second one is talking.
You think words don't hurt?
These two things, they do hurt. Right. Believe me.
Which one?
Come on.
Which one hurts more?
Come on.
Slapping someone or saying something really mean?
By slapping, it's never just one slap. It's never one slap.
Right.
It's men don't stop. When they get very angry, their brain just shuts down and they kill.
They can.
They kill.
They can.
But I just don't understand why we're talking about these two things as of being equal to each other. Man hitting a woman so that there is a possibility of her dying, and then woman talking to a man and hurting his feelings. So these things are not equal. Do you understand? It's like, for example, okay, they were taking away this power. Okay, what you want to say? Oh, they were taking away their power of, they are now punished for hurting people, for hurting women, for example. Oh my God, sorry. But now women still have this power. They can hurt the feelings.
They can.
They can hurt. I agree.
If a woman doesn't stop talking,
yeah,
what does a man do in our times? What's the only way out of this relationship?
Divorce.
Yes.
Why would you kill her then?
Correct. Well, yeah, you should. Look,
divorce.
Of course. Of course. That's the only natural, logical way out. You gotta divorce her. Correct?
No. You are freeing yourself from responsibility completely. Look. I just want to make one thing straight. You have your, like, at your age, at this age, it's impossible to change your mind. Of course, you have some settled, like, you have some fixed ideas. And I read your posts on your channel, and I'm like, okay, I sometimes write something, sometimes I don't. But I just want to tell you something that I lost the point. So, women are interested in keeping the family more than a man, because we have been, like, for many centuries, for many years, women have been, like, the idea have been, like, ingrained in their minds that with the husband you are complete. Without the husband you're not complete, right? And also there is a social pressure. The divorced women are still stigmatized. That, oh my gosh, she's divorced, like something is wrong. So that's why women avoid this kind of thing, and they try to keep the family. But the problem is, the only way how they can influence the man for him to change his actions, to maybe, there could be any problem, is to talk. But for the man, it feels like, oh my gosh, she's violating, she's humiliating me, she's something, like everything that the woman says, будет как этот, вынос мозгов, like, I don't know, something like this. And in that case, women, like, they get divorced because man does not want to change. Woman cannot live like this anymore. That's it. This is how it happens. But the problem is not that woman is talking. The problem is deeper than that. But
the woman could talk. Historically, women have talked. But it's just that there was a mechanism to keep that talk limited. In your idea, again, look, I'm not supporting domestic violence.
Okay.
Right? I mean, I would never lift a finger, to hurt my wife, for example. I'm just saying that if in your head there is a ceiling or sailing, whatever, oh, maybe I'm talking too much. Maybe I should shut up now. There is no such mechanism now. The only mechanism is, okay, if he wants to give me a divorce, we can divorce, no problem, right? It's, historically speaking, I think that women just couldn't shut up and men had to endure it. Now, it's the same thing, but men, the only way out is divorce. Like, you can only divorce your wife to shut her up. There's no other way. And you say women are more inclined to keep the relationship?
Yeah.
But women initiate the most divorces.
Of course, because...
So it's the opposite.
No. Initiating divorce is not always the reason for divorce. You can be, for example, initiating divorce, let's say, woman is responsible for many family things. Like, she takes everyone to the doctor. Generally, men sometimes don't know the age of their children. Let's be honest. And obviously, woman would be signing up for divorce because she has been doing all the paperwork herself. And why I'm claiming that women are interested in keeping the marriage, because of one of the reasons why there are lots of women and like visiting psychologists because they are trying to fix the problems. I have been in the psychology thing for a pretty long period of time, and I have seen like lots of stories. I have studied in many courses and universities, and I can assure you that women are interested in keeping the family.
Right.
It's just the problem is miscommunication. We are probably not taught, that psychologists what they're doing, to convey the message in a respectful way so that you get what you want without hurting other person's feelings. But I think woman trying to explain something should be perceived as something that, okay, she's trying to explain me something, not just she's trying to
выносить мозги.
Yeah.
Right. За каждым великим мужчиной стоит женщина, стоит и ворчит. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
This bro's mindset will never change. Okay.
Right,
It is
right.
what it
Okay,
is.
okay.
Okay.
Right.
Got
Thank
you. Got you.
Thank you.
But okay. Do you think men don't talk?
Like talk in a bad sense, you mean?
Yeah. You think they don't hurt women's feelings, like people's feelings?
I guess not as much as women.
Open, please, the comment section of like videos, for example.
Right.
Of some women. Like most of the videos, like it was really interesting for me to notice this pattern. Lots of haters are men. They write such a painful stuff for the appearance of the person, for like they criticize a lot.
Look, the comment section is just a joke. Look, I'm going to read out something to you. 2007 yil qiz o'z yigitini qattiq sevishdan foydalanib, unga doimiy azob berib kelgan, and she extracted $500 from this guy. She got caught.
Okay.
$500 so'ragan o'sha boladan. Look at the comment section. A girl is commenting. This is the top comment. Yigit shunchalik ojizami? The second girl is commenting. Erkaklar ham kamayib ketyapti, tavba. I mean,
No. I mean different. No. It's now this is the situation that the girl, it's about the girl and boy. I'm talking about videos which are not related to this gender war.
Correct.
Просто тупо, например, like I'm posting something, for example, right?
And the guy comments, go back to the kitchen.
It's the least what he can command. Like usually what they command is like appearance thing and some toxic stuff. I have read it so many times. Like this is the case when girls are trying to be funny, apparently, but
they mean it, you know.
Yeah, maybe it's joke. You never know. So you got my point. Whether you're just trying to.
No, I agree.
You agree with this?
You are saying there are a lot of toxic people on the internet?
No, I'm saying that there are lots of toxic men, and they are
and toxic
now
women.
They have. I would say they gained their power back, and now the tongue power is not in women only.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, I have to wrap it up here. So we're running out of time.
Yes.
But it was we should have started with this discussion instead of psychology then, because there's more stuff to say. So quick questions: which top 3 books have changed your life, or how you think?
Okay, that's that was a book, Zaire, which I read when I was a teenager. Zaire. Next, the second one is that I always forget the names of books, but it's a pink and about something chemistry. It's written. It's not chemistry, but it's a story about the woman. I cried a lot. And the third one is Khaled Hosseini's books. I would take all 3.
Which books did he write?
Khaled Hosseini. Songs, like, you know.
You say pink something, what? The woman, the second pink?
Pink one. Yes.
Pink what?
Pink. The book is pink, actually.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. The cover is pink, actually. But it's very thick book.
Find the book.
I recommend the book to everyone.
Khaled Hosseini, what did you say the books are?
I will say in Russian because I remembered Russian names. Эхо летит по горам, 1000 сияющих солнц, и 1000 сияющих солнц, эхо летит по горам, and then there is a third book.
Which nationality is this guy?
Afghan writer.
Oh, yeah.
Afghan writer. He talks about Afghanistan, and I started looking at my life in a different way after reading these books. I made a mistake of reading this book in my workplace before my classes. So I entered my classes with red eyes, with the puffy eyes, because I read my eyes out. I cried my eyes out.
Right. What's the best advice you have ever received?
Oh, I always tell you that. I always tell everyone that. Do what you can with what you... no. Do what you can with what you have.
Right. Do what you can?
With what you have. Should I explain?
No. Right. That's good. We have a tradition.
Okay.
Every single guest, we ask them, who should we bring on next? But it has to be someone you know, okay? Because if you talk about that person, we cannot bring her on. Is there someone you know that you should invite them and they should say yes?
I don't know. I don't have anyone in my mind right now. And like I said, there is one girl I follow on Instagram. I don't know her personally. Can I recommend?
Yeah, what's her name?
Oh, I don't know. Nikki something. Her account is... Yeah, Nigina. Hamdamova Nigina. Her name is this. I think, as long as I know, she works at Westminster University and used to be a teacher, studied abroad, and likes running. She's a runner, and she plays tennis and likes reading books. And I believe that she will have a lot to talk about, and I like her ideas.
Right. Well, Khurshida, thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Seneca said this. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have,
What they don't have.
and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have.